Hey guys, John again, Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Got another episode of Hot and New. This is going to be a new episode. It is the Hostile Exile, episode 37. So this little bad boy, Hostile came out with this last year at SEMA, as we come up on SEMA again this year because we go to SEMA, because we like SEMA and all the cool kids are at SEMA and we're cool. So we saw them there. They've been terrible to get your hands on. The back order issues have been crazy, and it's because they're hot. I mean, it's a super popular wheel. It's still considered new because a lot of the people that want them still haven't gotten their hands on them. The Hostile sprocket, same argument. Don't even comment and say, hey, are the Hostile sprockets in yet? Or do you know when they're in? Because I don't know when they're in. They're in when they're in. When they're on the website and they say they're in, they're in. So this is a Hostile Exile, and I'm not mad about it. I'm just being very direct. This is a Hostile Exile. It is a 20 by 12, -44 offset, and because it's Hostile, they got a nice old wheel lip on there. That one's about almost 5.5, 5 1/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/8 lip on it, which is pretty decent for a 12 wide. I like to see about a 6-inch lip to really get a deep lip wheel. But if you look at the spokes, they are tipped forward just a touch, and that's what's eating up that extra 1/2 inch of lip. So 5 1/4, 5 3/8. This is an 8 lug, so you'll see it's got 8 spokes. The 6 lug will be a 6-spoke design then. And then as far as finish, this one is the machined, so it's a black, and it's like a satin semi-gloss, and then it's got very heavy machining with a lot of character in it. So if you look closely at this, you'll see that there's a lot of character. There's a lot of lines, and you can actually see the milling, the machining into it. And you know, that's what they're going for. That's by design. The other options are to get all black, so none of this would be here. The whole thing would just be that satin black, or it's like an asphalt black, I believe they call it. And then they've got an anthracite, so this would all be like a gray anthracite, and then it would still have the machining. I don't think you can get it in all anthracite. I think you have to get machined. Yep, I'm sticking with it. And then the other option is chrome. So price-wise, they're all over the place. Actually, let's go through sizes first. So Hostile sticks with the really hot sizes, 20 by 90, which is like a flush 9-inch wide, 20-inch. And then they've got a 20 by 9 plus 10, which pulls it in just a touch inside the wheel wells. And then they go to a 20 by 12, which is this guy, -44. And then a 20 by 14, -76. So that'll have probably like almost 7.5 inch lip, most likely, with a -76 offset. And then they go to a 22, so a little bit taller by 10, -25. And remember, the 10 wides, -25s are good for your leveled trucks. If you go with a 33-inch tire, though, you do end up having to do some trimming. This one, the 20 by 12 is running a 35, 12.5. And I believe this truck has got, what, a 6-inch lift on a 2500 HD? 5-inch lift? So it's got a 5-inch lift on a 2500 HD. And it took, I'd imagine, some trimming to get it to fit, yeah. So on a 35 with 12 wides, you're gonna be doing some trimming on a 5-inch lift on a 2500 HD. So as far as prices, 20 by 12s like the one sitting here, you're talking $14.09. And again, you can hit the email for best price, and we usually can beat that price and do an even better deal than that. And that's for all 4 of them delivered to your door, so about $14.09 in the all black. This one here with the machining, on the site, you'll see that it looks a little bit gray, but these are the black ones. If it says black milled, the H105, it is black, and that's why I scrolled past it 15 times. So with the milling, it's $15.13 for a set of 4. And again, if you hit that email for best price, we'll beat that. And then chrome, you're talking $17.89. Again, email for best price, and we'll see if we can't get you a custom quote. And then the anthracite gray is running the same price as this machined one, and it's the $15.13. So that should be all of them. I think I already told you it's $14.09 for the all asphalt black one. You can see that this one is the exposed lug nuts, so it looks absolutely dead sexy with the spike lug nuts. So it's a really good one to go ahead and run those on. It's like that in the 6 lug and 8 lug. They do not make a 5 lug of this wheel, but they make all the 6 lug and 8 lug patterns, and it looks dead sexy. This one I would either do chrome, spike lug nuts and run it with that machining, or do black and have it oppose that machining and blend in a little bit with cap. It's all about how much you want them to pop and stick out, or how much you want them to blend in. And you'll see it also has the rivets machined all the way on the outside lip. It'll be interesting, and then of course their logo is raised and then shaved to give it a machine look. Dead sexy. It'll be interesting to see this year at SEMA, which we'll be bringing to you guys. That's next week. Will they have seen this video before SEMA? Yeah, awesome. So we'll be at SEMA while they see this video almost. Yeah, awesome. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep this for 2017, if the new wheel designs are still going with that rivet look, because I have seen some of you guys comment that you've kind of had it with the rivets, but quite honestly, it dresses up the wheel and it's still super popular. And I think it's because a lot of people are still doing fender flares with the rivets, and then they're doing the grills with the rivets. So it ties the whole vehicle together, and I think that popularity is what's causing the companies to keep them coming with the rivets. So did I miss anything, Junior? It's a Hostile. Don't be mad. Get it? Hostile? Yeah. Subscribe, share, like, comment, share, share, share. We'll keep bringing you more information, more wheel views, free of charge. Just share. Peace.